Hi and welcome to... Hello. Hello and welcome to the Solar RMG podcast with meteorologist Kevin Martin from the Weather Space and the Southern California Weather Authority. We will call him now.
Go.
Oh, yes. Hello, Monsieur Martin?
Yeah.
Hello, I am calling for the interview.
Oh, okay.
How are you today, sir?
Doing okay, doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, very well, thank you. Are you ready to commence?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to the show. Today we have a very special guest, meteorologist American Kevin Martin. He has suffered very much from the government American. He has had much problem with his health. Mr. Martin, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us, please, the history of the story, how you have had the problem.
Well, it started in, I'd say it started post-2005. I used to visit different weather forums and into the weather, and I was really young. And I used to forecast, and the ones that were more experienced, it's a competitive field to forecast the weather, so the ones that were more experienced kind of made fun of me, bullied me around, and it pretty much took off from there. But I decided to make my own weather service and my websites. So what happened from there was I issued my own watches and warnings. And then those same people that don't like me because the weather field's competitive, they emailed like the National Weather Service and they tried to get me shut down just because, they don't like me. So what happened is the National Weather Service looked at my site and they issued like these statements about me, basically saying these false things about my website, that I'm like steal their IP addresses and stuff that, that I didn't do in order to shut me down. And that was in June of 2011. And what happened was I lost my clients, advertisers. I lost everything. I just basically lost everything because of that, of what they did.
Now, they are saying very bad things about you. You're crazy, you are homosexual, you are liking terrorists. How does this affect you emotionally?
It's affected me greatly. The stress has been taking a toll on me ever since June 2011 because I lost everything and what they're saying about me. And I'm married. I got married about 4 years ago, so I'm trying to provide for my own family as well. My wife has a job, but I'm still trying to provide for my family as well, and I'm not able to do that much anymore ever since what the National Weather Service did for me. I've been in and out of the hospitals for about a year because of stress related with my heart, and on various medications because of the stress levels.
It's very known in the world that the technologies that are used by the American government are affecting the weather, and people like you and your collaborators' HARP status, they're telling the truth and explaining to people how the weather is changed by the government, and now you are having problems with the server.
Yeah, it seems like most of the problems are starting more that I'm partnering with HARP status and the chemtrail forecast sites, basically giving them a house like for servers and space so that they can run faster and more efficient. But ever since I started doing that, because the HARP program does, in fact, manipulate the weather, I basically had more of an attack from the government.
Now, it's very obvious your network is very extensive. It is around the United States, around the Australia. Could you tell us more about the network, how it works?
Basically what it is there's a certain receiver stations, and there are people that were, they emailed Hard Status Network, and I work with a couple other people on the program. I'm more of the weather aspect for it, but I do know some of the technological stuff with it. It's the receiver stations that people house on their own, and what they do is they pick up clicks and static noises, which is in the HARP frequency. And every
like
time
a
there's
dolphin?
a polling, huh?
Like a dolphin.
Yeah, like kind of like a ham radio or like a CB radio. What happens was basically these clicks and noises that they receive, there's something called polling data. And when HARP Status polls the data, it gets emails from the different receiver stations saying what kind of a frequency they're on and what they're hearing. And then from there, it derives the magnitude of what the frequency station has. And right now there's an M10 somewhere in Australia, and it's been that way for about 4 days now. And that was even before the cyclone formed. I believe it's rusty. I saw the M10 growing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then all of a sudden you saw the cyclone form in the exact area.
What can we expect in the future?
You mean basically weather-wise or the site?
With both.
Okay, there is some plans to go ahead and put Japan and Asia, Eastern Asia, on as a network. There are plans to put chemtrail forecast maps on Europe, South America, and Australia.
How can you know where they put the planes?
The planes?
That put the chemtrails?
Yeah, there. Sometimes those planes have the red stripes on them if you look closely. Those are the Janet planes from Area 51. Not sure if you know about the Janet planes here in Area 51, but those planes are basically where they house most of the ones in the western United States. There were illnesses that went across Area 51. The workers got ill because of the chemicals in the area, and that would be the chemtrail chemicals.
Why do the Americans accept this?
Well, because most Americans nowadays, I mean, I'm not like that, which is why I'm a target, but most Americans are basically, they're just following their orders from the government, because our government gives away free food stamps, free money, everything like that, and what the government is basically trying to mold us.
Like your donations. Okay, let's talk about the donations. You make the donation. The people have been very helpful to you. They have rallied around you. Tell us more about your health problems, please.
Well, this donation, the fundraiser kind of drive is basically going to be for an attorney, but I've gotten emails that if I can find something for the National Weather Service for pro bono, then everyone gets their money back, because the original thing for this donation drive is going to be for an attorney to get the case moving. I don't have much longer to do it, but if I can get a lawyer to do it pro bono, if we can get enough publicity on it, then everyone gets refunded back. And that's why it's via PayPal, because I just press refund and everyone gets refunded back.
Many people have said very supportive of you, but allow me to just allow you to reboot the negative side. I will read a quote by people on the internet. They say Kevin Martin is a fraud and he's like cock in the ass. What would you say to them?
Those are basically either planted by the government, or they're just trolls, I call them.
They say you would like to have the cock in your ass and pumping ejaculation into your asshole.
Yeah, they're basically trolls on the internet. They just say what they have to say, about anyone.
Let me read one more. They say you are fraud, you are lying, you delete comments on website. Now I'm talking like Borat, and you're a fucking fraud, Kevin. You're a fraud. You're plain and simple fraud. What are you gonna say to that, bro?
Huh?
You're a fraud. You're full of shit. You're scaring people, you're taking advantage of them, and you're being manipulative. How do you respond to that?
How would I respond to that? I don't even really respond to it.
What the fuck do your HARP sensors detect? Come on, I want technical specifications right now.
Okay, well, who's this?
This is Mike from France. What the fuck does your machine do?
Okay, you're Mike from France.
If you can't even fucking maintain a network of websites, how the hell do you maintain these HARP sensors, bro?
A what?
Come on, bro. You can't even keep your website up, but you can keep this fucking sensor network? I ain't buying that shit. You tell me right now. What's going on?
You already know what's going on.
No, I know what's going on. I want you to tell me the technical specifications of your goddamn sensors and how the hell they work.
I'm not really sure what the technical specifications.
You're not really sure? What kind of fucking answer is that? You're full of shit. And you're
I do the weather aspect.
And you're telling NOAA that they're calling you a terrorist? Bullshit. No one ever called you a terrorist.
By basically telling me that I take their IP addresses? Yeah. And basically tell me I'm threatening to them?
Do you know how the internet works?
Of course I know how the internet works.
Well, then why can't you keep your goddamn website up? How do the sensors work? What do they detect? And don't tell me
the website up because the payment, the website. I keep the website up because of the payments that website gives. Now, the original people that have the website is
keep going.
The original people. Okay, good. Well, you're not letting me talk.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay. The original people, okay, that came to me that want server space, they pay me to keep that up.
What are the sensors made of?
I don't know. I just house the server.
Okay. You house the server. I thought your server was provided by a third party that you couldn't afford, hence the donation drive.
The server is provided by Hawk Host, which now I have to go to without the HARP status, I can go on a regular server that's mainly shared.
You just told me 2 seconds ago that you were the service provider for HARP status.
Yes, they're on my server.
Right,
they're on my reseller.
What distro?
What?
What distro are you running on that server?
Wait, say that again?
Which distro are you running on that server?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And you run the server?
No, they're on my reseller.
Okay. Do you know that the assertion that NOAA is calling you a terrorist is technically libel?
Yeah, and so what they're doing with me.
No, they have never called you a terrorist, and
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Making me lose my clients. You better believe in what they're doing with my my mindset. You better believe that they will be held accountable. You better believe they'll be held accountable.
Martin?
Say it again?
Do you have a formal diagnosis?
I have OCD, depression, anxiety. Yes, I have formal diagnosis.
And you know, I'm kind of on the fence here because I have sympathy for people with mental illness, but I don't have sympathy for people who are taking advantage of people who don't understand how HARP works and who don't understand how meteorology works for money.
I don't even know how HARP works. Like I said, I am the weather guy.
It's an ionospheric heaters. They fucking, you know, beam the fucking ionosphere with waves.
Yeah, what about it?
My God. Okay. This fundraiser is bullshit. You need to pull this right now and stop doing it. Because you're making people
doing because it's there for a good cause. It's not being pulled. It's there for the cause.
What cause?
For suing NOAA. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. My mindset since then, no, you don't even understand. You don't even understand.
I do understand. I think you're manipulating people and you're playing on their emotions and their ignorance to pull your bullshit. And it's false. And the HARP status thing, everybody knows you're running it. You don't have to be, you know, someone with a 80 IQ to realize this. And you've said in your website that you're in collaboration with them, you know.
Yes. Yes. I'm in collaboration. I do not run the network.
Who runs that program? Who runs the network? I want their contact.
I can't I cannot give you information
Why
without
not? You want
asking them.
transparency from the government? Why can't you give transparency to the people that you're allegedly providing service to?
Because that's how business works. You can't just call a credit card company and say, okay, look in your records, give me this.
I got your phone number,
Okay,
didn't
I have a contract. I have a binding contract.
Some information, you know. Don't tell me I can't do it, because I can, and I've done.
Yes. I have a binding contract. I can't just give information out.
With what? You can't talk about...
I mean, you want information about me, you can get information about me, but other than that, I can't give it to what clients I have left.
Alright, so fake bullshit artist Kevin Martin, pseudo-meteorologist, thanks for coming on the show. And this has been the Solar IMG podcast with con artist Kevin Martin. Freak extraordinaire. Yeah, you know, whatever. Peace.